And we're back with more World of Tanks Blitz. We'll see what type of trouble we can get into today. Right here I have the PZB-2, which is basically the Char heavy tank that the Germans captured from the French at the beginning of World War II when they invaded and took over north and western France. These were actually very good tanks that the French had designed. They were much better than the German tanks, any of the tanks that the Germans had available at that point in time, and which explains why the Germans were so readily willing to use these captured tanks in battle.
Let's go!
Later on they used them to pull artillery pieces. They took the turrets off and then used them for gun emplacements and whatnot else, field fortifications, which the Allies ran into quite a bit. Siegfried Line actually liberated the liberation of Europe. Okay, 6 cents just went up, so apparently someone spotted this on this.
Let's strike through their armor. Nice shot! Enemy is hit.
At least he thinks he is.
Nice shot! Critical hit!
Which blows at him like a piece of Swiss cheese.
Penetration! Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Let's go down here and see if we can help our friends out who are losing the dead 4-1.
Penetration! Let's strike through their armor. The track is damaged. We hit them hard. We nailed them bad. We nailed them bad. Nice shot.
They're going to try to come around behind me. Here he comes. Surprise, he comes around that corner. Right into my gun.
Critical hit.
You didn't like that, did you? Pow.
Nice shot.
Try to attempt to dive down on me. Nope, you're not.
We nailed them bad. Our track is hit. It could break any minute. Vehicle destroyed.
Oh well. get a whole heck of a lot of help from my team. No more help than he gave me. You gotta be kidding me. Continue going out and getting in trouble with this tank. You got a Lee at PZ-38.
Let's go!
Japanese battleship. Okay. That's teamwork. Not quite sure what to make of this stuff here, but yeah. Well, let's take a look, see what we've got as far as experience. Okay, we'll convert that. Go back here. Run all the way back to our tech tree on the Americans. Sure, why not? Instant upgrade, of course. Search. And might as well do the instant upgrades all the way around. So, we're rounding it out pretty good here. M3 Lee. Also known as the M3 Grant. Depending on what army you served with, the British called it the Lee, Americans called it the Grant. And basically that sponson on the side of it, where the 75mm gun is mounted, made this tank very hard to actually be used in combat. British used it very well in North Africa. They were very happy with their Lees in North Africa. Did very well for Montgomery when he attacked with these things at El Alamein. Gave the Germans something to think about. Gun on the top turret, I believe it's a 20mm, maybe a 47mm, 38mm, but it just didn't have the punch that 75 does. Unfortunately, they couldn't mount that 75 in turrets. They hadn't quite figured out how to overcome the problem of mounting a 75mm in turret. That's why it was mounted in the side sponson. And it made this tank very, very hard to employ. You basically have to drive the thing like a tank destroyer. You got very little limited range of, motion that gun actually has because of where it's mounted. So you actually have to move the entire tank in order to sometimes engage targets. And that means the gunner and the driver basically have to be very, very well communicating between each other to be able to do what they're doing. As you can see, there's one vision port right here. And of course the gunner's right behind that, so with his vision port right here. So basically the two of them he's basically screaming in this guy's ear, a little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the right, a little bit more to the right. Yeah. Must have been some trying times in those tanks. And when they finally did overcome the problems with mounting that 75mm gun in the turret, as you could see, the chassis still stayed the same, but the rest of it, the very high superstructure, they cut probably about 4 foot off the top of that tank. This thing's like 8-9 foot tall. And a very, very large silhouette. You weren't sneaking up on anybody with this. It's like driving a building around. I'm not going to take that out in the battle yet. I got some stuff that I got to get done here first. Let me see here what happened. Oh yeah, I got this medium tank. Let's take a look and see what we've got mounted in here. Oh yeah, there's short barreled 75mm gun. .37mm gun, 75mm gun. 30mm gun rounds. Yeah. 75mm gun. Look at the dispersion rate. 0.56. Opposed to the dispersion rate. 0.41. A little bit more accuracy with that. Let's go to the dispersion rate 0.56. Dispersion rate 4.1. Hey, you get a few more rounds. A little bit less damage. Or a little bit less penetration. I imagine that would be a hatch in the back to maintain the motor. But notice how it's got these side sponsons on this. With the machine guns. Vision slits all the way around for the driver. Vision slits on the sides and on the rear. Yeah. That's a damage maker right there. Beating people up with that. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for now, but should be back on at a later point in time. So.